Welcome to another video in my calculus playlist, and today I'll show you how does area relate with the definite integral. In other words, if I give you a function f of x which is the same thing as y, it will enclose some area between 2 points on the x-axis, say a and b. Okay, so this area, okay, the entire thing between a and b, let me call this a, is given by the definite integral from a of y dx, y with respect to x, from a to b with these two limits. And in this video I will show you why that is the case. So let's zoom in into the interval of a to b. Okay, this is a, this thing, and this is point b. Okay, so let's say your area for PWRQ, this one is a. Okay, and you were originally at this point. So at this point your value, let us say, is y. Okay, and then what you did, you walked into the direction of x-axis, so you increased your x value by delta x. So once you increase your x by delta x, your area will also increase. Your area from Q to, say, S, or from A, it was till this point, then we are considering this interval, so the area will also increase. And let us say your area final is your original area, this one, plus delta A. Okay, so what is your final area? Final area is P U S Q, this big region over here. Okay, this is A plus area of this thing, W U R N S, or the green part plus the red part. Okay, this is area of W U S R, which is A plus delta A, which means area of W U S R is delta A. So area increases, but this is how much your area increased. Okay, this was your final area, this was your initial area, this was how much it increased, and your y value will also increase. Okay, so let's say at x it is y, at x plus delta x it is this one. This is the value of y. I'm writing it as y plus delta y. So this thing right here will be delta y, because this value is y. Alright, and now we can compare these areas. Okay, what I mean is, this area, this red area, is obviously smaller than this red plus green area, which itself is smaller than your red plus green plus blue area. Okay, so let me write this down in a much more mathematical format. So what is your red area? Red area is the length of this rectangle times its width. Length of this rectangle is this length, and this is the same thing as y. This is the smallest area is y times delta x. Delta x is your breadth, length times breadth. Okay, what is then? It is smaller than your red plus green area, WUSR, this one. So I am writing it as delta A straight away, and which is lesser than the big rectangle. Okay, red plus green plus blue. So what is the area of this rectangle? Again, length times width. So the width is delta x, and what will be the length? Length will be this height over here, and this is y plus delta y plus delta y. Alright, now we divide throughout by delta x, so you get y lesser than delta a by delta x, which is lesser than y plus delta y. Delta y. Now what we are going to do is we are going to take the limit as delta x approaches 0. Okay, what we mean is r and s will come closer and closer to r. Okay, so these two lines will come closer and closer. So as your delta x will go towards 0, your variation in y will also go towards 0. Okay, so delta y will also be equal to, it will go to 0. So this expression, this entire expression will become y. Okay, and this expression, okay, limit delta x approaches 0, delta a by delta x, this will become dA by dx using our definition of derivatives. That is how this is defined. And as we reduce this delta x, this point t, okay, this is t, this is u, sorry, u will come closer and closer to w, which means these two areas will become equal to each other, will start becoming equal. Okay, and therefore we'll have an equality between these three. So y, this is equal to this expression. I'm straight away writing dA by dx because that is how a derivative is defined, and this will again turn into y. And this obviously holds if dA by dx is equal to y. Now what does this mean? This means how your area changes with respect to x is your function of x that you originally took. In this case, that is y. So dA by dx is y, and now we integrate with respect to x on both sides. So we integrate dA by dx equal to integral y dx. Okay, and take the limits from a to b because that is what we want to find, from a to b, from a to b. Now what is this term? Okay, this thing. Say I take a function f, okay, and then I differentiate it with respect to x, and then I integrate it. So differentiation and integration are sort of opposite to each other. That is how our integration was defined. If you differentiate, you get your derivatives, and if you integrate, you get your antiderivatives, which is the same function f. So similarly, since you will get f in this case, you will get a, but your a will have the limits from a to b, okay, which means your area till a, so from 0 till a, so till b minus area till a, from 0 to this point minus 0 to this point, which means area from b to a will be equal to integral y dx from a to b, and that is what we originally wanted to show, that your area between a to b is a definite integral from a to b y dx. So let us quickly do an example. Let y be e to the power 2x, and we need to find the area between x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. So the area between 0 to 1 is definite integral 0 to 1 y of x dx, so it's e to the 2x dx. Okay, it's a very straightforward integral. You can use u substitution, or if you remember the formula, you just plug in the formula. I'll do the u substitution. So let 2x is equal to u, 2 dx is du, which gives dx as half du. So we get 1 by 2 integral e to the u du. So if x is equal to 0, u is equal to 0, x is equal to 1, u is equal to 2, and integral e to the something, e to the u is e to the u. So from this we get e to the 2 minus e to the 0, and any number to the power 0 is 1, so you get e square minus 1 by 2. So this is the area between x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 1. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching.